Are we back? Let's try refresh. Okay, we're back. That's better, right? Hey, we're back. Look at that. Look at that speed. Wow, 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 wow. I can't even keep up with myself. That's crazy. Look at that shit. Oh my gosh, that's smoother than a seal's backside. Alright, let's minimize this. Let's open... is it this one? No, hold on. I'm gonna have to close that. Super fast speed. Yeah, I know. All I did was drop it 6 frames. Oy. My game fell. Okay. Oh, there's another one I was gonna show Deckham. And New Sauce too, because New Sauce and MP likes Dragon Ball also. I have GT up here, and to be honest, I've owned it and I don't think I've finished it yet. And of course I haven't started Super. Let me close this too. I don't want that one, I want that one. Okay. Let's see, is this working? You're like, hold it still, I can't see what the hell you got. Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. Yep, okay, so then there's that one, there's this one. Oh, web browser's up. Web browser's up. There's that one. Can you see it? Can you see what it is? And then... oh no, I've got Tenshi. Okay, and there's Budokai. There's the first one. And then I have Budokai 3. And I don't have 2. But yeah, see. But out of all of these, my absolute favorite, hey, oh, my shirt stuck. There. Oh, got these backwards now. In particular, I'm gonna order. Alright, let's put it back here. So, my favorite is this one. Yeah, the games are expensive. Thankfully, I bought this at GameStop a very, very, very long time ago for like $5. So, I got lucky there. I don't know if you guys have played this one. I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. Let me see. Nope, is that too close? Super Dragon Ball Z. And I would like to play that because it's freaking awesome. But not tonight. We're going to get that set up very soon. And put that in the wrong spot. You go here. I'm so meticulous. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull up YouTube. We're going to see if we can try to watch something. To do so, I will be cutting off my camera, just for the fact that I think it's going to help us a good bit. I'm going to see if we can't find this first episode. Let me see who's here. 6 people. Okay, so people came back. Castiel Kenobi came back. J-Mac is here. Let's be friends. New Sauce. Deckham. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Um, just bear with me as we get this slug moving. Actually, let me go ahead and move this up and do this, and then go here. Bye-bye. I'm gonna turn off the camera. Bye. Lurking, yes, lurk away. Lurk all you would like. I very much appreciate your lurk. Lurk. Alright, so let's search. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Hang on. There we go. Alright, so .hack LIM. Now what's the what would you say is the terms as far as watching a DVD that came with a game from 2001? Because if it's a no, if we're not allowed to watch this, then I'm not going to do this. I'll tell you what, here, I'm going to click this, let's see. Episode 1, full screen. Okay, let's click it. Of course, we're not going to sit here for 45 minutes, but let me, I don't think we are. What time is it? We technically could. Let's see what happens here. And let's get some opinions. Castiel and MP and JMac. Oh, and New Sauce is here. What do you all think about playing this? It's not like an actual entire series. It's not like, it's just the like 45-minute DVD that came with a game. I don't know how Twitch would appeal or react. Uh-oh, this might not even work. Hold on, folks. Hang on. I'm pausing it. Something's going on here. Well, maybe this is not going to work. It might not work. Might not be having a YouTube night, I'm afraid. Oh, now my mouse. Okay. Mouse is stuck. Yeah, she's froze up on me already. I gotta learn how to do this on the phone. I'm gonna lose all my cool scenes and shit, but I don't know. Hey, the mouse is moving again. Damn, this sucks. Minimize. No, why is it opening that? That's why it's running slow. Please stop. For the love of God, stop! It's not exactly TOS to show the full video that was originally meant to be paid for to see. Okay. Why is it opening my search bar from the bottom and it won't close it? And I don't want to search a fucking thing. Go away. This is so stupid. You're being a dingus. What are you doing in the background? I'm sorry, folks. You're sitting here listening to me rage. Let me look at this and see. Is my virus scan running? What is it? Nothing. There's literally nothing else running except OBS and YouTube. That's it. What in the frick? Everything is so fuzzy. I don't know why the text and everything is so fuzzy too. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I'm closing it. Whatever it is, it's screwing up my computer. And it's stupid. Maybe I misunderstood the question. I'm quite sleepy. That's okay, MP. I'm sleepy too. Yeah, that was stupid. Anyway, how about a drink? Let's talk, guys. Anything going on? Any burning desires or anything that you want to get off your chest tonight? Now's the time to do it. I'm gonna have to mess with this computer a little more and fiddle with the phone. See how that works. Wow, my phone is way behind too. Damn. Refresh. So what should we talk about? Another thing that I wanted to do, I'm not going to pull it all out right now, but I got stuff that's from, back from like school, like high school and stuff that I wrote. There's also books that I could read. I noticed that there's some people that that read on Twitch. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this book. Man, my camera is... There we go. There we go. There's the first one right here. Sabriel. And, boy, let me tell you, these actually are youth novels. This book right here, it saved me. I was in St. Louis Children's Hospital at the age of 17. I had attempted to overdose on Tylenol, and didn't tell anybody about it. And I'm not going to get all into stuff, but pulled through and was sent to St. Louis Children's Hospital because I was under 18, so I was still technically a child. And a woman was going around pushing a cart with books on it. And, you know, me just coming out of that and still not really sure what I was thinking. This book found me. I didn't find it. This book found me. And there's this one, there's a second one, there's a third one, and there's two more that I don't even have yet. So eventually I'm going to get them, but if there's anyone still here, let's see, oh, 9 viewers? Holy crap. You all are here listening to me rant? you poor people. So how about we read a little bit about this. Sabriel is a winner, a fantasy that reads like realism. Here is a world with the same solidarity and four-dimensional authority as our own, created with innovation, clarity, and intelligence. I congratulate Garth Nix, and I look forward to reading his next piece of work. Philip Pullum. I think Garth Nix has created a really remarkable and persuasive world, and done it in a grand style of high fantasy and heroic romance, with some wonderful twists and turns. His Sabriel is a heroine truly worthy of that role, by Lloyd Alexander. Rich, complex, involving, hard to put down. This first novel is excellent high fantasy by Publishers Weekly, and action changes along at a gallop. A page turner for sure by ALA Booklist. So let's take a look at the inside here. Let's look at the map. There we go. This is the old kingdom. Maybe it's a little easier if I goes down here. There we go. How's that? And get a close up of the map and Alistair. And really cool fact about this book. Yes, it was written by Garth Nix, but you can actually, I don't know if we're allowed to listen to audiobooks on here or not, but if we could, that would be even better, because I'm not the fastest reader. Some words elude me, if I'm using that word right, because that was not the best in English. But check it out. This is cool as shit. You want to know who actually reads the audiobook for this book right here? Freaking Tim Curry. You know, the great Tim Curry, as in Rocky Horror. Yep. You can get the audiobook right now. You go look it up and probably find it on YouTube. I would look, but we know what happens when we try to do that. Am I missing any chat? No. Everybody's just quietly lurking. Hello? Anybody out there? Anyway, why not read a tiny bit about it? I could probably start reading this and I probably wouldn't put it down. That's my problem, I'm afraid. Boy, Tim Curry does that one? I'm in. Yeah, it's freaking awesome, and he's like, rah, perfecto. He does an amazing job. Amazing job. His best role is Nigel Thornberry. Yes. So, what do you guys think? Should I read the prologue? I'm not the best reader, and I'm probably going to stumble a little bit. Or, what I could do is I have the chat right here, and I know the stream's running good, so why don't I do this? I've got the phone. I will close out the stream because it's right here in front of me. I don't need it. What do you guys think? Would it be okay to listen to an audiobook on here? Would that be a bad thing to do? MP? Would I get, like, slapped with some kind of, like, really harsh technology fine or some shit? Copyright fine? What time is it? Okay, we have about 10 minutes till midnight. No, that's not it. Nope. 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 Free audiobooks on YouTube, full length, how to find them. Yeah, we don't have that. Audiobooks or DMCA stuff, right? So that's a no, right? That means no, you can't. Okay. Well, that's okay because I can't find it anyway. Which is a bummer, but if you want, if somebody has Audible or something like that, go check it out. Garth Nix, Garth space Nix. Yeah, so they'll throw the table over on me. Okay, that's alright. You know why that's alright? Because I have 2 eyes and a mouth. Prologue. Intensity, here we go. You know what? I'm nervous about reading this. I sucked at it in school. I hated reading in front of the class. Man, it's a tough one. You know what? Let's go. Anyone else? Let's go. Anyone else think I should? If I get a second, I'll do it. Just one other person say let's go and I'll do it. What do you think? Oh, Castiel's going to bed. Okay. Good night, Castiel. Thank you for rating me, man. I appreciate that. You have a great one. Thank you, thank you. Biltran, and buy a donkey. I gotta go with Darkness from Legend MP. Do it. Do it. Alright, guys, we'll do it. We'll do it. Just the prologue. That's all we're doing. We're just reading the prologue. I'm gonna leave y'all hanging with that. And I'm only doing that because, like I said earlier, this book, it saved me. It pulled me out of a really tough time. And if somebody else is going through that and they stumble across this VOD, it's okay. You'll be alright. You just hang in there. Even if it takes, you know, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Take as long as you need. I've said that before. Alright, let me, Master Staller? No, not me. I'm Master Debater. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Cut this off. There. Oh, so, MP. I don't even know if I got finished telling you about this earlier. My next step, my next phase, is getting up some posters that I've had for a long time. I want to get some of that gum stuff or whatever it is that you can buy, you put on the back of posters instead of putting thumbtacks in it. And then like have like, you know, posters back here. And I guess you can't really see that wall, can you? It'd have to be like over there for you to see that wall. So mainly it's just behind me. Anyway, get those up, and then out in my shed I have those LED lights and party lights like they have on those streams. I was thinking of putting that up and over the window, and put like maybe like 2 nails up there or something, and drape it over it so it's not actually touching it. And then I'd have that in my background, and yeah, pro streamer. Alright, so I've set the mood. Is everyone tucked in? Cause this is it. After this, I'm calling it a night. So get tucked in your bed. Here's over to chat. My dad does that, but my thing doesn't go over the chat. There we go. Let's see. Like this. There. Where's Castiel? Castiel. Up this way. Good night, Castiel. Tucked you in, dude. No problem, man. But no funny business. Just, you know, good hearty fun. Good wholesome fun, yeah. And here's, oh, funny imps, there you go, and P, there you go. Everybody's tucked in. Alright. Let me fix this. Okay. Now, no more stalling, no more debating. Prologue. Let me turn the volume down here. Prologue. I'm not going to do any crazy voice either. I'm just going to use my normal voice and talk. It was little more than 3 miles from the wall into the Old Kingdom. But that was enough. Noonday, sunshine could be seen on the other side of the wall in Alisire, and not a cloud in sight. Here there was a clouded sunset, and a steady rain had just begun to fall, coming faster than the tents could be raised. The midwife struggled her cloak higher up against her neck and bent over the woman again, raindrops spilling from her nose into her upturned face below. Shut up. I'm reading. Sorry. The midwife's breath blew out in a cloud of white, but there was no answer billowing of air from her patient. The midwife sighed and slowly straightened up, that single movement telling the watchers everything they needed to know. The woman who had staggered into their forest camp was dead, only holding on to life long enough to pass it on to the baby at her side. But even as the midwife picked up the pathetically small form beside the dead woman, it struggled within its wrappings and was still. "The child too?" asked one of the watchers, a man who wore the mark of the charter fresh drawn in wood ash upon his brow. "Then there shall be no need for baptism." His hand went up to brush the mark from his forehead, then suddenly stopped as a pale white hand gripped his hand and forced it down in a single swift motion. "Peace," said a calm voice. "I wish you no harm." The white hand released its grip, and the speaker stepped into the ring of firelight. It sounds awesome. Light's indifference make a big... Thank you, MP. I think it's going to be really cool. I got some ideas. I just gotta work on it. Stepped into the ring of firelight. The others watched him without welcome, and the hands that had half sketched charter marks or gone to bowstrings and hilts did not relax. The man strode towards the bodies and looked upon them, and then he turned to face the watchers, pushing his hood back to reveal the face of someone who had taken paths far from sunlight, for his skin was a deathly white. "I am the abortion," he said, and his words sent ripples through the people about him, as if he had cast a large weighty stone into a pool of stagnant water. "And there will be a baptism tonight." The charter mage looked down on the bundle in the midwife's hands and said, "The child is dead, Aborson. We are travelers. Our life lived under the sky, and it is often harsh. We know death, Lord." "Not as I do," replied Aborson, smiling, as his paper white face crinkled at the corners and drew back from his equally white teeth. "And I say the child is not yet dead." The man tried to meet Abhorson's gaze, but faltered and looked away at his fellows. None moved and made any sign, till a woman said, "So, it is easily done. Sign the child, Arinel. We will make a new camp at Leovi's Ford. Join us when you are finished here." The charter mage inclined his head in assent, and the others drifted away to pack up their half-made camp, slow with the resilience of having to move. Resilient? Yeah. But filled with a greater reluctance, it's reluctance, but filled with a greater reluctance to remain near Abhorsen, for his name was one of secrets and unspoken fears. When the midwife went to lay the child down and leave, Abhorsen spoke, "Wait, you will be needed." The midwife looked down on the baby, and saw that it was a girl child, and save for its stillness, could be merely sleeping. She had heard of Abhorsen, and if the girl could live, warily she picked up the child again and held her out to the charter mage. "If the charter does not," began the man, but Abhorsen held up his paled hand and interrupted, "Let us see what the charter wills." The man looked at the child again and sighed, and then he took a small bottle from his pouch and held it aloft, crying out a chant that was the beginning of a charter, one that listed all things that grew or lived, or once lived, or would live again, and the bonds that held them all together. As he spoke, a light came from the bottle, pulsing with the rhythm of the chant. Then the chanter was silent. He touched the bottle to the earth, then to the sign of wood ash on his forehead, and then upended it over the child. A great flash lit the surrounding woods as the glowing liquid splashed over the child's head, and the priest cried, "By the charter that binds all things, we name thee." Normally, the parent of the child would then speak the name. Here only Abhorsen spoke, and he said, "Sabriel." As he uttered the word, the wood ash disappeared from the priest's forehead and slowly formed on the child's. The charter had accepted the baptism. But she is dead," exclaimed the charter mage, gingerly touching his forehead to make sure the ash was truly gone. He got no answer, for the midwife was staring across the fire at Abhorsen, and Abhorsen was staring at nothing. His eyes reflected the dancing flames, but did not see them. Slowly, a chill mist began to rise from his body, spreading toward the man and the midwife, who scuttled to the other side of the fire, wanting to get away, but now too afraid to run. He could hear the child crying, which was good. If she had gone beyond the first gateway, he could not bring her back without more stringent preparations. More strenuous preparations, and a subsequent delusion of her spirit. The current was strong. He knew this branch of the river. He waded past pools and eddies that hoped to drag him under. Already he could feel the waters leeching his spirit, but his will was strong, so they took only the color, not the substance. Now let me stop right here for just a minute. Oh, I'm good. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. What's happening right now is he has the child, and he's used the charter, the magic. He used the water, and he's used the bell, and he's crossed over from this world, and it says he went to ice. He says, let me back up a page just so you guys can. Slowly a chill mist began to rise from his body. So he's starting to ice over. What he has done is he's crossed that threshold. Even though he's still in this world, he's spiritually crossed that threshold to the first gate of death. Just so you know what's happening. Okay? Let's see. Not the substance. Okay. He paused to listen, and hearing the crying diminish, hastened forward. Perhaps she was already at the gateway and was about to pass. The first gate was a veil of mist, with a single dark opening where the river poured into the silence beyond. Abhorsen hurried towards it, and then stopped. The baby had not yet passed through, but only because something had caught her and picked her up. Standing there, looming up out of the dark waters, was a shadow darker than the gate. This is still the prologue, you know that, right? Isn't it crazy? It was several feet higher than Abhorsen. Several feet higher. And there were pale marsh lights burning where you would expect to see eyes. And the fetid stench of Carrion, I don't know what that word is, Carrion. Maybe you can let me know in the chat. Must be like a fish or something. Rolled off of it, a warm stench that relived the chill of the river. Abhorsen advanced on the thing slowly, watching the child it held loosely in the crook of its shadowed arm. The baby was asleep but restless, as it squirmed towards the creature, seeking a mother's breast, but it only held her away from itself, as if the child were hot or castonic. Slowly, Abhorsen drew a small silver hand bell. A small silver-handed bell. It's really dark. It's hard to see. It's really hard to see, but across, this is Sabriel as she's older. Across her chest here is a pouch that runs like this, and in it are different size bells. You got a tiny one up here, and you got a bigger one, a bigger one, a bigger one, a bigger one. So, where were we? Right here. He drew a small silver-handed bell from the bandetier, whatever it's called, of bells across his chest, and cocked his wrist to ring it. But the shadowy thing held up the baby and spoke in a dry, slithery voice, like a snake on gravel. "Spirit of your spirit, Abhorsen. You can't spell me while I hold her, and perhaps I shall take her beyond the gate, as her mother has already gone." Abhorsen frowned in recognition and replaced the bell. "You have a new shape, Carrigor, and you are now this side of the first gate? Who was foolish enough to assist you so far?" Carrigor smiled widely, and Abhorsen caught the glimpse of fires burning deep inside his mouth. "One of the usual calling," he croaked. "But unskilled, he didn't recognize it wouldn't be in the nature of an exchange. At last, his life was not sufficient for me to pass the last portal, but now you have come to help me. I, who chained you beyond the seventh gate? Yes, whispered Kirigor. I messed that up. That's okay. The irony does not, I think, escape you. But if you want the child, he made as if to throw the baby into the stream, and then with a jerk woke her. Immediately she began to cry, and her little fist reached out to gather up the shadow stuff of Carigor. Like the folds of a robe, he cried out, tried to detach her, but her tiny hands held tightly, and he was forced to overuse his strength, and threw her from him. She landed squalling, and was instantly caught up by the flow of the river, but Abhorsen lunged forward, snatching her from both the river and Carigor's grasp. Stepping back, he drew the silver bell one-handed, and swung it so it sounded twice. The sound was clearly muffled, but true, and the clear chime hung in the air, fresh and cutting, alive. Carigor flinched at the sound and fell backwards to the darkness that was the gate. Jeez, Carigor is basically a dead animal, or dead flesh. Carigor, carry on. It means a kind of carcass. Okay. My brain is making the images out in the words. Love the voices with the jerky woker. Clippers. Oh, you're a bad man. Okay, my gosh, where were we? Oh, he fell backwards into the darkness, into the gate. How close are we to finishing this, We're not even at chapter 1 yet. I mean, how freaking awesome is this? Okay, we've got 2 pages left. Okay, hang in there, folks. After this, we can all go to bed and sleep soundly. Just, you probably stay up because you're going to be like, what's going to happen? How's it going to start with chapter 1? Well, I'll tell you on the next stream. Perhaps, maybe Saturday, we might read some. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, let's finish this up. Some fool will bring me back, and then, he cried out, as the river took him under. The water swirled and gurgled him, and then resumed their steady flow. Abhorsen stared at the gate for a time, then sighed, and placing the bell back in his belt, looked at the baby held in his arms, and stared back at him, dark eyes matching his own. Already the color had been drained from her skin. Nervously, Abhorsen laid the hand across the brand on her forehead, and felt the glow of her spirit within. The charter mark had kept her life contained when the river should have drained it. It was her life spirit that burned Carigor. She smiled up at him and gurgled a little, and Abhorsen felt a smile tilting the corner of his own mouth. Still smiling, he turned and began the long wade back up the river to the gate that would return them both to their living flesh. The baby wailed a scant second before Abhorsen opened his eyes, so that the midwife was already halfway around the dying fire, ready to pick her up. Frost crackling on the ground, and icicles hung from Abhorsen's nose. He wiped them off with his sleeve, and then leaned over the child, much as any anxious father does after a birth. "How is the babe?" he asked. The midwife stared at him wonderingly. For the for the dead child was now loudly alive, and the deathly white as he. "As you hear, Lord," she answered. "She is very well. It is perhaps a little cold for her." He gestured at the fire and spoke a word, and it roared into life. The frost melted at once, the raindrops sizzling into steam. "That will do till morning," said Abhorsen. "Then I shall take her to my house, and shall have need of a nurse. Will you come?" The midwife hesitated, and looked at the charter mage, who still lingered at the far side of the fire. He refused to meet her gaze, and she looked down once more at the little girl bawling in her arms. You are, whispered the midwife. "A necromancer," said Abhorsen. "Only of a sort. I love the woman who lies here. She would have lived if she had loved another, but she did not. Sabriel is our child. Can you not see the kinship?" The midwife looked at him as he leant forward and took Sabriel from her, rocking her on his chest. The baby quieted, and in a few seconds was asleep. "Yes," said the midwife, "I shall come with you and look after Sabriel, but you must find a wet nurse, and I dare say much else besides." "Oh, I'm sorry, I messed it up. And I dare say much else besides," mused Abhorsen. "But my house is not a place for—" The charter mage cleared his throat and moved around the fire. "If you seek a man who knows a little of the charter," he said hesitantly, I should wish to serve, for I have seen its work in you, although I am not loath to leave my fellow wanderers. "Perhaps you will not have to," replied Abhorsen, smiling at this sudden thought. "I wonder if your leader will object to 2 new members joining her band. For my work means I must travel, and there is no part of the kingdom that has not felt the imprint on my feet." "Your work?" asked the man, shivering a little. "I thought it was no longer cold." "Oh, though it was no longer cold. I'm sorry." When hearing it's a juicy content. Your work? Yes, said Abhorsen. "I am a necromancer, but not of the common kind. Where others of the art raise the dead, I lay them back to rest. And those that will not rest, I bind, or try to. I am Abhorsen." He looked at the baby again and added, almost with a note of surprise, "Father of Sabriel." There you go, guys. That is just the prologue. We haven't even reached chapter 1. Chapter 1 is going to start with her much older. So this is just her birth, essentially. Very sad. But think of it as somebody that was at a lowest point in their life to find this book. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And just sitting here reading it with you guys is pretty damn cool in itself. You know, we're not even playing games. I don't even have the greatest technology here, but hey, You guys stuck around, and I thank you. This is fun. So here we are, almost 12:30. Let's see if I hope y'all like that. I enjoyed reading it. I really did. That was freaking fun. And this is, let's see, how much did we read here? Let me see. Okay, there it is. I got something. Yeah, I can use that. Oh, that's... I need a candy wrapper. What's this piece of paper? Piece of paper. There we go. So yeah, this is all we read. That little bit right there. That's what we read. That's what's left. That's the first book. There's 2 more books. There's actually 3 books, but, or I mean 5 books, but I don't have the other 2. That was awesome. Great writer. Great job. Thank you all. Thank you, Funny. Thank you, MP. Thank you, Deckham. Thank you, New Sauce, if you're there. Thank you, J-Mac, if you're there. Let me see. We got 7 viewers. D-Lot X. Danking around. Another TV viewer. Well, thank you all for hanging out. Let's see if we can raid anybody. I gotta clean up now. I've got stuff everywhere. I like being able to actually do stuff and then have to put stuff back. I don't normally have to do that. Okay, DJ Nikki's on. Let's go raid DJ Nikki. Altoid Yoda's on too. DJ has, what's DJ doing? Let's see. See what Nikki's doing. Ads. Let's get some emotes in the chat. Let's see, what can we do here? Wow, my computer's gonna freeze up just clicking the emote button. That's a damn shame. It would be a crying shame if your emotes did not work the way they're supposed to. If your computer is a piece of crap. Oh, he's off to do something. Make music. Okay, let's see what Yoda's doing. Yoda. Yo, 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 Yoda. Thank you, Kriz. Thank you, MP. Buy a donkey. I've got to learn to type that right. B-A-I-E. D-A-N-K-E. Buy a donkey. Buy a donkey. I think last time I did raid Altoid Yoda, so let's raid Nikki. I don't see anybody else on. Oh, fiddlesticks. I would say, yeah. Okay, let's do that. I don't have any really cool, I don't have any emojis, but here's what we can do. We're gonna do raid, we're gonna do, dad dancing, we're gonna do, MP hype, J-Max hype, MP symbol, another hype, another dad, and another raid. I don't have Chilltopia, raid. Okay, let's copy and paste this. How's that? There we go. Copy and paste that, everybody. We're gonna raid. And I'm gonna raid from my phone this time because this thing is ridiculous on my computer. So, What was it? What is it? Nikki G. Okay, that's easy. So / raid DJ. Is it underscore? Yeah, it's underscore. Underscore NICKY capital G. There we go. Alright. Thank you all again. Have a great evening. We're off to raid DJ Nikki G. Please be sure to drop a follow if you haven't. Thank you. Thank you all. Good night. Pleasant streams. Pleasant streams. Bye. Bye.